I just played the demo for SpongeBob Titans of the Tide, and I have to say I am seriously impressed, and I do think this game will be great. Purple Lamp is showing improvement every single game they make. Going from Rehydrate to this in 5 years is really crazy. These games don't even look like they were made by the same studio. This is their second go at making a unique 3D platformer, and their third go at a SpongeBob game. And you know what they say, third time's a charm, and I actually think that is true here. This game, I am very, very excited for it after playing the demo. It's very clear that they've listened to the feedback from Cosmic Shake, and that makes me so happy to hear. Let's talk about that. Due to popular demand, they brought in dynamic jumping. Unfortunately, Rehydrate and Cosmic Shake did not have dynamic jumping, and the absence of this mechanic made the platforming feel kinda weak. When you would press the jump button in those games, you would get the same height every single time. Here it is dynamic. Dynamic jumping is a staple in 3D platformer games, and while you could argue it should have been here to begin with, the fact that it's here and it's literally called dynamic jumping, which is what the community has always referred to it as, and the fact that it's even a toggle actually shows they were truly listening to our feedback, and that makes me really, really happy. They also brought back the speedrun timer, but unfortunately, it counts the loads again, even though they corrected that in the final patch of Cosmic Shake. Purple Lamp, please fix this. We genuinely would love to use the timer on the boards, but unfortunately, if it doesn't pause during the loads, it's no different than any other timer. Fixing this would genuinely help out the community a ton, and we would all be very appreciative of it. That and the ability to remap keys would be fantastic. The lack of key remapping is still a pretty big problem, and I have an example of that being a problem later. The tutorial does drag on for a while, but it's not that big of a deal because ultimately it still is gameplay, and the game feels better than ever. I really like the new dialogue animations. I do like the whole side-by-side character thing they're doing here too. It looks really unique. Pretty much instantly when you start playing though, you'll notice that there is no more spin stalling, but this is not a huge deal, and I'll get to the reason why later. After you leave the Krusty Krab area, you'll notice you're now Patrick. Patrick has a lot of the same moves as SpongeBob, but he can dig. SpongeBob keeps the cartwheel from Cosmic Shake, and Patrick can cartwheel too. I'm glad the devs were fans of the movie game. The shiny object equivalent in this game are coins, which is like, coins are kind of generic. I do kind of wish that shiny objects were just a staple, but I do get why they want to change it up. Regardless though, the tikis are back, and these make me really happy. I am very glad that the tikis have become a staple of these SpongeBob games. They're always so fun to break, and they look cool. It's awesome. I love tikis. And speaking of tikis, look at that one. It's a floating tiki that's not a floating tiki. It's a big curse. SpongeBob keeps his pizza box glide from Cosmic Shake. Unfortunately, the pizza still does not come out of the box. I really wish it did, but it doesn't. And Patrick can glide too. And look at the way he glides. Why can't they have the pizza, man? But yeah, now that we're here, we can play as SpongeBob and Patrick. The on-the-fly character switching is just so cool. This is a really cool mechanic, and I am looking forward to seeing how they implement it in the game. Imagine if this is in Battle for Bikini Bottom. It's just so cool. And yeah, remember how I said the no spin stalling thing and why it's not that big of a deal? The reason why is that you can cartwheel off a ledge, jump, and then while you're in the air, you can still do another dash. It's pretty sick. And if anything, this is actually better than spin stalling. You could probably get way more distance with it. And the final main area of the demo is Goldfish Island. And now it's finally time to talk about the visuals. This game is like peak in terms of visuals. Oh my god. Turn the graphic settings all the way up. It looks amazing. Imagine if Rehydrate looked like this, man. It makes me kind of sad. I really wish it did. But unfortunately, there is a giant caveat to this game looking amazing. Part of the reason why it looks amazing is that it's on Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, I'm not gonna harp on this for too long because it doesn't really have anything to do with the game itself, but Unreal Engine 5 is really bad. The best solution we have right now is to lower the 3D resolution, but obviously that is not ideal. But honestly, I am really glad that this is my biggest gripe with the game so far because it has nothing to do with the game itself. Hopefully this stuff can be ironed out in the future, but right now, we gotta work with it. Lower your graphic settings for now, or waste thousands of dollars. It's up to you. This is definitely up there in one of the best looking 3D platformers, which is like absolutely crazy to say. A SpongeBob game is one of the prettiest looking 3D platformers now, but it's not all just about visual fidelity and stuff. The animations look really, really, really good. Everything feels so fluid to play now, and it's just so weird because I know that deep down this is all rooted on what Rehydrate once was, but now it's like a million times better. It's actually pretty neat. So it seems like the main antagonist here is Cassandra 2. That's what it seems like. These guys will fall for everything. There are a few side quests here in this Goldfish Island place. The surfboard returns from Cosmic Shake, and in this game, it is significantly better. In Cosmic Shake, it was this weird, really like like pointless gimmick in levels, but now it actually is used as a traversal thing, and it's really cool. And speaking of Cosmic Shake for a bit, you will notice little hints of Cosmic Shake in the soundtrack, which I think are kind of neat. You'll hear a bit of prehistoric kelp forest here, which is kind of cool. Just a tad. And still on the topic of the music, it sounds just as good as the other two games, which is neat. But also too, there is dynamic music with the character switching. If you're Patrick, the music will sound more Patrick-y. For SpongeBob, yeah, this is such a cool little detail. I'm really glad they did this. It seems like there's two versions of each theme now, and that's really cool. Also, Yelp is canon in the SpongeBob universe, but it's just called Kelp. That's neat. If I were to criticize one thing for being kind of unclear, it would be this surfboard minigame here that Larry has you do. I was actually quite confused here for a bit. I assumed it would make me go around the entire map and only be on the surfboard, but no, you use the surfboard sometimes and you have to like jump off and like kick the balloons and stuff. And what really makes it weird is the fact that it just ends and there's no indication that the last ring is the ending. I thought this was very strange and I think it should be changed. Before I stop talking about the surfboard, the button to use the surfboard on keyboard is Alt. This is not a good mapping, so let's go change it. Oh wait, you can't, because unfortunately this game still does not have key bindings. Purple lamp, please. I beg. Key bindings are like a vital feature in PC games. We really need it. Please add it. It's worth mentioning though that Purple Lamp is known to work on their games to the very last minute, so maybe things like this are going to be corrected. I'm not sure. You may think I'm coping, but no, I'm not coping. The Epic Mickey remake does have key remapping, and this game doesn't. Man, I'm so confused, dude. Please add it. Please, I beg. Please, Purple Lamp, I'll wish upon a star. But I guarantee you that what you see in the demo here is definitely not finalized, and I'm actually really curious once the game releases how different the final version will be to what we saw in the demo. Once you do the lighthouse side quest,
The lighthouse is burning bright.
remember that sound? And you go up to the jungle entrance, the demo ends. And that's it. I do have to say though, this demo has made me even more eager to play this game than I already was. I genuinely really do think this game will be great. Stick around because there will be a lot more to come. Thank you very much for 5,000. That's dope.